In this episode, we look at the Chinese indentured servants. Hi boys and girls, at the end of this week's lesson, you'll be able to distinguish between the push and pull factors that led the Chinese to sign contracts and arrive in Jamaica. Complete at least 4 of the 8 activities at the learning centers. One of the main sources of income for the British was the sugar industry, which needed a large labor force to maintain it. By 1854, many of the East Indian indentured servants had left the sugar plantations. In light of this, the British planters, realizing the urgent need to maintain a large labor force, negotiated with the Chinese government for some of its people to sign contracts to work as indentured servants in Jamaica. This offer was enticing for the Chinese because of the push and pull factors that were evident. Figure 1 shows some of the push and pull factors that convinced some Chinese to sign the contracts and arrive in Jamaica from as early as the 19th century to work as indentured servants. Let's look at figure 1. Remember, push factors are those factors that push you out of a country, right? They cause you to leave. Pull factors are the factors that are in the other country that call you and say, come over here, come on, come. So push factors for the Chinese: starvation and war, severe hardship and overpopulation. Now pull factors, the factors that say come, money and jobs, and accommodation, medical packages, and Chinese food. The terms of the contracts included rooms with windows and paved floors, Chinese food, and a 6-day work schedule. So can you imagine that the East Indians never had rooms with windows or paved floors? Engage. Over 800 teachers signed contracts and migrated to teach in other countries. That happened this year. Do you think that the push and pull factors are similar to those that led the Chinese to sign contracts to work as indentured servants in Jamaica? Give reasons for your responses. A lot of the teachers have left because the pay is better. So that's a factor. That's a pull factor for them. Okay? Some people are fed up with the crime and violence in Jamaica. That's a push. And with a good enough push factor and a good enough pull factor, some people have left, resulting in what they call the brain drain. All right, doctors, nurses, teachers, policemen, soldiers are taking the opportunities to leave. Let's explore. Access the internet, then download and view videos on Chinese indentured servants. Explain. On figure 2, the number on each outer circle represents a push factor. Beside each number, write a push factor that led the Chinese to sign contracts to work as indentured servants. So here we have push factor, pushing up. So war, starvation, overpopulation, something else. Can have that there. Extend. On figure 3, right beside each number a pull factor that convinced the Chinese to sign the contracts to work as indentured servants here in Jamaica. So money, jobs, Chinese food, good accommodations, etc. Alright, evaluate. Complete at least 4 of the activities at the 8 learning centers. Word link, Faye Ellington Center. Let's start here. Find out the main areas from China. The main areas of China from which the Chinese migrants left to come to Jamaica and to work as indentured servants. Dr. Agri Irons Center, self-link. Make a journal entry expressing your points of view on the push and pull factors that led the Chinese to sign the contracts to work as indentured servants. Music link. Write song lyrics addressing the push and pull factors that led the Chinese to work as indentured servants. Number link. Albert Einstein Center. It says figure 4 shows a pie chart showing the percentage of Chinese that came to Jamaica from 2 countries. Use it to answer the question. So here we go. Figure 4. Chinese indentured servants, Hong Kong, Panama. So 41% from Hong Kong and 59% from Panama. Let's go. A total of 800 Chinese were already working in other countries before they arrived in Jamaica in 1854. How many Chinese migrated to Jamaica from each of the countries below? Alright, so here, so if it's 800 Chinese, we need to say 800 multiplied by 59 over 100, and that will tell me the exact number from Panama. And for Hong Kong, it would be 800 multiplied by 41 over 100, and I'd get the number there. So please put those in your 3, 2, 1 summary. Alright, so it says here again, so we're going to work out that for Panama and Hong Kong. Picture link from the Edna Manley Center. Download images of the Chinese that arrived in Jamaica. Make a carousel of these images, and then we can share them with our classmates on WhatsApp. Body link. Make models of the Chinese indentured servants working in the cane fields. And that's from the Rex Nettleford Center. Finally, the nature link from the Dan Macaulay Center says, list the natural disasters that pushed the Chinese to sign the contracts to work as indentured servants. So in this episode, we looked at the Chinese indentured servants. So go ahead, listen to this again, and go through the activities from the Learning Center. Take care. See you in the next episode.